currently where you are, what is the hardest thing about songwriting in your mind?
Well, it's interesting. I'll go into something here I wasn't planning on talking about, but I think we all have our own challenges in songwriting, right? Like whatever they may be, especially on this journey of trying to find ourselves and like what our voice is. That's honestly overarching. The hardest thing to do is to figure out who you are. I mean, I've spent an entire life just coming back to like, what is it that I do? What can I offer to the music world that in the history of music has never been offered before? That's like what an impossible fucking task that is, to offer something that, in our pockets, we hold our phones with Spotify that has the history of 500 million songs. And it's like, I'm supposed to create something that these geniuses haven't done yet. It's like, it's a nearly impossible task. But, I would say for me, I found certain things in my writing, just through sort of self-discovery and through criticism of friends and people I trust, that things that have been lacking in my songwriting. And so I've done various things. I've explored, sometimes I go to therapy for music to try to figure out like, where am I lacking certain functional things that I could do better? I read books on, some books on songwriting, but I read books about philosophy, and I watch movies, and it's like just the entire journey of learning about what life is and what it means to be a human. Isn't that what we're all trying to express through songwriting? It's like, right. I don't know. I've always said music for me is it's not the end goal. Music is the journey. It's what's taking me along through life. And so I have to become a better, more introspective, more empathetic human to become a better songwriter. And like, that's the most difficult work there is that I found.
Right. No, I mean, as you said before, it's almost impossible to create something that hasn't been done before. Chord progressions have all been done. Melody lines have been done. Lyrics have all been used up. Metaphors, there's not many left that haven't been unearthed and overused. But life imitates art. And the one thing you have that nobody else has is yourself and your life. So I think brilliant what you're saying is like, okay, now I do have something that nobody else has. Now, what am I going to do with it? And you watch and experiencing those things, you expand who you are, and then you have more tools available to create something unique.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes a great songwriter is it's like life experiences, whatever those are, like talking to people, traveling, trying new things, being open. I really feel like reading. I feel like it's really hard to be a good songwriter if you're not also an avid reader. Taking in movies, going to the symphony, going to an MMA fight, whatever it is, like just experiencing all these different walks of life will then incorporate themselves into your songwriting. It's like and one of my favorite authors is this guy, Neil Gaiman, and he always just says, read. It doesn't matter what it is, but read it, because reading forces you to be empathetic. When you read a story, you are the lead character, you are the side character. And that development of empathy, I do feel is a key to being a good songwriter, because it just kind of guides us as to what we should say and how we can touch people.
That is a brilliant tip, honestly. You don't hear that from songwriters. Most of us tend to be pretty narcissistic, and we don't necessarily want to draw from.
Oh, I got plenty of that going on too. I got that for days.
Right on. Well, I'm going to jump around a little bit, but so you're writing. We've talked about some of the most difficult things. Now,